All right, so today we're going to start by looking at odd and even functions. Here's how we start. We start by giving a definition for an odd function. An odd function, a function f of x is said to be an odd function if and only if f of x is equal to, if and only if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. A function f of x is said to be an odd function if and only if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. All right, so next we can have a quick look at example 25. Let me give you a minute or two to have a look at that. All right, so example 25. Example 25 is asking us to prove that f of x is equal to x cubed is an odd function. Now remember, a function f of x is an odd function if and only if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. Well, f of x is equal to x cubed. So f of minus x is equal to minus x cubed, and minus x cubed is minus x times minus x times minus x. So if I'm multiplying three negatives, my final answer is going to come out negative, and x times x times x is x cubed. Now again, f of x is equal to x cubed, so minus f of x is equal to minus x cubed. Now, since f of minus x is equal to minus f of x is an odd function. All right, so here's a note. It says the graph of an odd function has rotational symmetry about the origin. This means that if the graph of f of x is rotated through 180 degrees about the origin, the graph remains unchanged. The graph of an odd function has rotational symmetry about the origin. This means that if the graph of f of x is rotated 180 degrees about the origin, then the graph remains unchanged. All right. The 180 actually seems a little bit weird. We can always look into this. I was thinking it probably should be more 360. All right, if it's rotated 360 degrees about the origin, then the graph, I guess everything is unchanged if you rotate it 360 degrees. But anyway, let's have a look at an even function. So this is something that we can look into. The note is something that you can look into personally. I can look into it as well. Let's talk about an even function. A function f of x is an even function if and only if f of x is equal to f of minus x. A function f of x is an even function if and only if f of x is equal to f of minus x. All right, please take a minute and have a look at example 26. All right, so while you guys were looking at example 26, I gave the note some consideration. And just to give it some basic consideration to show that yes, it is true. All right. In example 25, we showed that f of x is equal to x cubed is an odd function. And we said, and this note is telling us that an odd function has a rotational symmetry. It has rotational symmetry about the origin. So, and this says that this means if the graph of f of x is rotated through 180 degrees about the origin, then the graph remains unchanged. Now, I'm just going to do a quick sketch of that graph that we looked at, which is the graph of f of x is equal to x cubed. Now, the graph of f of x is equal to x cubed will look something like this. All right. So this is the graph of f of x is equal to x cubed. Now, I'm sure you can imagine that if I rotate this 180 degrees about the origin, the bottom part is going to go up and become the top part, and the top part is going to come down and become the bottom part. So if I rotate it 180 degrees about the origin, which is the center of rotation, the origin, that the object and the image would be the same. In other words, the graph would remain unchanged. So the angle of rotation being 180 degrees and not 360 degrees about the origin for it to have rotational symmetry is true. You rotate it 180 degrees, an odd function, 180 degrees about the origin, both the object and the image would be the same. Therefore, the graph would be what? Would remain unchanged. Now, example 26 is asking us to prove that f of x is equal to x squared is an even function. Now, first, f of x is equal to x squared. Now, f of minus x would be minus x squared, and this would be minus x times minus x. Now, a negative times a negative is a positive, and x times x is x squared. Now, since f of x is equal to f of minus x, f of x is an odd function.